Well, 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 well. No. Wait. Less than a week after I make that video about not covering anything that person has touched, and I mentioned in that video that One Good Burger 2 does eventually come out on Blu-ray and DVD. I'm going to buy it and review it because he had nothing to do with it. Well, wouldn't you know, it was to be put on DVD and Blu-ray next week. And so, there it is. And yes, we're going to go there. We're going to have a little conversation. Because Walmart, you need to stop doing this to me. You need to stop doing it. Especially when I know you is selling Blu-rays in other stores. But my Walmart seems to be so lazy that I only order the DVD of certain things. Do you know how pissed off I was when I went in there? I'm going to get the Blu-ray to go with the Blu-ray. Still going to get the first one, right? That's what I want. That's what I want, right? That's what I want. Yeah. That's what I want. A Good Burger 2 Blu-ray. I want. Yeah. Ask and you receive, but not for my Walmart. What? Anyway, yeah. So I go in there. I look. What do I see? I see the slipcover, and I'm like, don't tell me that's a DVD. Do not tell me that's a DVD. It was. That's all I had. And I looked. Didn't have a space for a Blu-ray at all. I haven't looked on the other side. Nothing. It's not like I went in there and the Blu-ray was out. No, they didn't have a Blu-ray there at all. Lazy. You lazy. What's wrong with you? Right? I know what it is. They're thinking, oh, something like that, not going to sell. We'll just get a DVD. It's fine. Independent horror movies like that too. Like the Wind, Blue, Blood, and Honey. Although that had a Blu-ray and a steelbook. By the way, to whoever had the idea to take this with the empty steelbook slot for Wayne Blue, Blood, and Honey and put the DVD in there, go jump off a bridge. A bridge with water, so you don't die. Just jump off a bridge, so you're all wet. You know. Whatever. Anyway, 20-something years in the making, we got a Good Burger 2. And I cannot say I was disappointed. I cannot. And I actually say I enjoyed it for what it was. Yes, there was some changes made that had to. A certain person could not be involved, and that's fine. Because if he was involved, I wouldn't have watched it. Especially now. I would have been very pissed if they had brought him in. But he's gone now anyway. He's gone. He's no longer in there. They don't even mention him, which is good. He's not anywhere near the project. To be honest, I may still watch the first one again. I'll just have to mute it when he comes on and look the other way. I love the first movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Can you blame me? Other stuff though I can push away. I haven't really watched any of that stuff for a while anyway, so Anyway, Good Burger 2. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna sit down now. So Good Burger 2 tells the story of Ed and Dexter reuniting after 5 years, apparently. Apparently it's only been 5 years since they've seen each other, but for us it's been, 1998, 2023, when this came out. So, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. Well, hold on. 23 plus 2 is 25. Boomba, right? From 2000, that is 23. And then 25 years. 25 years. Good Burger. 25 years later, we get Good Burger 2. There, I'll show you the picture. There it is. So there is quite a bit of stuff in this movie that's going to remind you of the first one. Like, the first thing you see is a dream sequence with flying burgers, and this time fries and shakes. Yeah. And you get that thing. Oh, And yeah, honestly, that's really the only music cue from the original you get. There's no anything else. Even the theme song, they decided to do a remixed version with a where they add the chorus is I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes say, but the rest of the lyrics are different. No, just use the actual song. No, you didn't need to remix and change. No, just have the actual song. That's all you need to do. You don't need to. No, you didn't need that. But there are some things in here that just wasn't necessary. Like the many cameos we have in this movie that just don't go anywhere. Anyway, so Ed wakes up. He's sleeping on the counter, as is his way. And speaking of cameos, Pete Davidson is in this movie. I got nothing else. It's Pete Davidson's in this movie. It's kind of like the Robert Wool cameo where he's yelling at him, "Hey, I'm at my order," and and he says something. "Can you serve me a good burger?" And so he starts serving him. And we catch up with Dexter, or Dex as they keep calling him, who is an entrepreneur. Which I was surprised that they went with Ed's gonna mess up what he does, so he calls him an interpreter. I thought maybe, he'd say he sells manure. No, I'm an entrepreneur. But interpreter, I don't know. Anyway, he's an entrepreneur. He's got this new business venture. It's a fire retardant. This stuff you spray on there is going to stop the fire from happening. But I have an issue with this idea. So he says that this stuff he sprays on his house is going to stop it from catching on fire. It's his house he's using. He didn't test this before at all. He never tested it. This is the test. This is a demonstration. This is the test. Why wouldn't you test it before the demonstration to see if it works? You got to make sure it works before you do a demonstration. You can't just... Beyond that, he then says to make sure that to show you there's not going to set on fire, he's going to put fireworks in his house. The fire retardant is sprayed on the outside. The fireworks would still set the inside of the house on fire. So that is a stupid idea and wouldn't work anyway. But that's just to have CGI fireworks going off. Of course it doesn't work. And his investor, Mark Cuban, another cameo that picked that up, says no, and then he gets fired immediately. He's like, no job, no office, nothing. He's fired. He's on his own, so what can he do? Well, he picks up the yo-yo from the first one, because callback, and he sees Ed's face on it for some reason, and he crawls back to Ed. And yeah, so he has his job at Good Burger back. He meets Ed and introduces all the new characters. Yeah. And they're basically sort of like different versions of the first film. Instead of Spatch, the weird person, you have twins, which Ed think is weird because he can't comprehend twins. Was it Mindy and Cindy or something like that? You have Ed Jr., Ed's oldest son, we'll get to that, who's just like Ed and uses French fries or fry brows, yeah. Then he eats them, because, much like putting the grapes up his nose. By the way, there is a callback to that in the yo-yo, bloobity, 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 bloobity. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Sure. Funny in the first movie. Don't need to go back to it, though. Anyway, yeah. And then there's this old lady that's supposed to be like Abe Vigoda from the first film. She even cusses like Abe Vigoda, like that, all shocked in a kid's movie in 1998. Can you take me to the hospital? I think I broke my ass. Yeah, and now she's saying, things like lazy ass or something like that. Or, yeah, she's the crotchety old woman who falls asleep on a job and apparently had 4 heart attacks in the same day. Why ain't this woman at home? 4 heart attacks in the same day is not funny. It is not, no. I don't know. And then there is I forgot her name. Dexter's niece, who's essentially Monique, because much like Monique, she hates Dexter until the end of the movie where she likes Dexter again. So she's essentially Monique, only she's not in love with Dexter because it's her uncle. Yeah, by the way, Dexter has an older sister, and when he calls her on the phone, I didn't recognize the voice. And then when she showed up, it's Leslie freaking Jones. Yeah, I don't know if it was a female thing or a race thing, but I'm mad as hell. Yeah, her. I can do a Leslie Jones. I don't want to because I don't want to do women impersonations. But yeah, she does have a pretty deep voice, but it's kind of cool. It's authoritative. But yeah, she shows up at the end. But anyway, yeah. So the niece is mad at him because it was a bad investment and it cost her mom money, so that his family is annoyed. Doesn't bring up his mom, which they could. Just like, no. Last time I trusted you, you crashed my car. By the way, Sinbad is not really in this movie, and I understand they did a voice cameo. He's in there somewhere, apparently, according to the credits. But guy's health has been not very good, so I understand that why he wasn't in this. But So yeah, and then we meet the boss, Mr. Jensen, who is like a teenager. He still lives with his mom. Yeah, I don't know. Could I say maybe it was in bad taste to replace you know who with a kid? Is that like a middle finger to him? Like, you did this to kids, we're going to place you with a kid. Is that like, I don't know. I found it a little bit too on the nose. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, and Mr. Jensen, what was the point of Mr. Jensen? He's the manager. Ed owns Good Burger, which is the plot point. Then we meet Mr. Lawyer Man. That's what Ed calls him. Played by Lil Rel Howery. T.S. motherfucking name from Get Out. And he looking good. He lost some weight, man. He look good. He's looking good. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm black. I'm not black. I'm white. See? Ow! Don't do that. Hey! What I tell you. That's what I thought. Anyway, so we're gonna do this. Are we really gonna do this? Get up here. Now get back down. Okay. Anyway. So he comes in and he's been trying to buy Good Burger for a while apparently. But Ed won't sound. But of course, we gotta retread plot lines from the first one. So Dexter hears about cha-ching and thinks, they can make a bunch of money with this. So he schemes to get Ed to convince Ed to do this. We're not there yet. We go to Ed's house, which just looks just like a Good Burger, because of course it does. And we meet his 6 children, which are like Ed, Eddie, Mustard, Pickles, something like that, I don't know. And then he introduces the baby, which is brought in by Roxanne. Cameo from Carmen Electra. But she's not married to Ed. He has a wife named Edie. And apparently Roxanne is also a nun. What nunnery would let her in? I don't. I don't know. Maybe she found Jesus. I don't know. Born again Christian, I guess. But Ed's family really doesn't matter because we never see any of them again, except for Ed Jr., which is fine. Because when I saw you those kids, I'm like, no, you didn't need to have that joke. Even him having one kid is a bit of an issue for me because how did this man have sex? This man barely knows how to work a cash register, and he can make his way around a woman for trying to find a way to say it. He knows he knows his way around a woman, but he can't. He doesn't know that to serve me a good burger doesn't mean to hit a tennis racket at. I don't know. It follows the Kel Mitchell, requirement of he plays an idiot savant. Kind of like Eric Matthews in Boy Meets World. He's stupid, but he's got something in there. He's an idiot savant. Where he's all stupid and stuff, but it's in there. It's just got to wedge its way out. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and so he gets Ed Jr.'s bed, which is a burger. By the way, Ed picks him up in the burger mobile because, haha, it's the only car that he has, I guess. Yeah. So, they take a meeting in a nice fancy restaurant with Mr. Lawyer Man. And the Lawyer Man basically schmoozes them. Then we get a cameo from Matt Friend, a impressionist I follow on Instagram. So, and I apologize, I didn't catch him in this. Really, I didn't catch him in this scene. I wasn't paying attention enough. I'm like, wait a minute, because the movie ended. I'm like, wait a minute, are they just gonna throw it in the credits? Really? But it turns out he was the waiter earlier, and I just wasn't paying attention. So I'm sorry. Basically, Schmooze was saying, no, we're not gonna close it. We're not gonna fire anyone. We're gonna give everyone a raise, and we're gonna, have bigger jobs, which is a bold-faced lie. So they signed the deal without looking at the damn contract, which you gotta do. I don't care how small the contract is. Get yourself a freaking magnifying glass that my grandma used to do because she had bad eyesight. Even with glasses, she had to, And I joke with my mom. She's like, I got my glasses. I'm like, do you need the magnifying glass? Shut up. But my grandma's eyesight was worse. Mine is gonna get worse, I'm sure. See, I got new shoes, a new ID, I did my taxes. Now I just need new glasses, and I'm all ready to go. Anyway, so yeah, they get screwed because it turns out, no, the contract actually bought the entire Good Burger, and we're not even gonna need employees because it's all gonna be robotic, because that trope hasn't been done a million times and everything. Yeah, that was the one thing from the trailer when I went, really? We're doing this? It has been done to death. Every show or movie that has a restaurant in it tries to incorporate that, and it's just so overdone. And of course, it's going to end the same way. That something's going to... And then they'll go back to having the regular people anyway. Except for it goes a little... And we get introduced to our villain about 45 minutes into the film, and it's Jillian, the aunt from Goosebumps. Hold on. Let me look it up. You're probably yelling at me right now, but... Jillian Bell. Yeah, it's Jillian Bell. I think it was on SNL. And she plays our villain, Kat Boswell. And I even scratched my head with this. In the trailer, she goes, remember me? And they're like, no? Yeah, no one would. You didn't exist in the first film. She's like, well, I am... You remember my older brother, Kurt, which is a screenshot from the first film, which is from the scene where he's talking to him in the car. One of my favorite scenes, where he's like, you make your sauce for Kurt. Who's Kurt? I'm Kurt. I'm Ed. I'm aware. You said you were Kurt. It's when he's talking to him. Like, well, if $5 sounds good, how about $10? What's $10 sound? Yeah, it's that scene where they're in the car, he's talking to him. It's a screen grab from there. I don't like it when they do it. Like, the picture in Halloween 4 is just a publicity photo of Jamie Lee Curtis from the first film. It's like, come on. You couldn't... I understand maybe you can... Who knows where he is, but... I thought, well, watching this scene, I thought, wouldn't it make more sense if it was actually Kurt, even if you had to recast him? Like, because then the whole joke was, you recast him, it's still Kurt. Remember me? You're like, no. It's me! It's Kurt! Kurt? You don't look like Kurt. Oh, yeah, I had some work done. I think that would have made much more sense, other than, oh, she's his younger sister. We're doing the family things, like Vin Diesel in The Family. We got the niece, the sister of Dexter. Well, again, the older sister, because I think she's older than Kenan. Older sister never existed before now, although you could say she was out of college when Dexter was in high school, so who knows. But yeah, and then she closed Good Burger down to get revenge for what happened to her brother, who went to jail, because, Kurt goes again. Kurt went to jail. Kurt's going jail. Kurt's going jail. Kurt's going jail. See why I can't stop watching that movie? Because it's just so quotable. I just can't. I can't give it up. I can't. I just can't give it up. I know she just can't get enough. Shut up. Anyway. So yeah, she wants revenge. So she's closed down that Good Burger to make a Mega Good Burger. You're gonna keep, and then she made animatronic Eds. Really? Oh, I forgot about 2 other cameos in this movie earlier on. First of which, Connie Muldoon is played by Laurie Denberg from All That. I may go watch all that again, the older stuff. Just to, I don't know. It's really Drake and Josh on that I might not think of it, because Kenan and Kel and all of that he wasn't really involved. He may have shut up a couple of times, his voice might pop up, but he wasn't really involved. It was Mike Tolan and Brian Robbins. So, I don't know if I can give up all that, Kenan and Kel. But I have no real attachment to the other ones. I won't be able to watch Drake and Josh again, that's for sure. I know I can't watch iCarly again because it's on Pluto TV, and I used to switch to that, and I switched to it, and I went, no. And I watched the Power Rangers channel, so, yeah. Anyway, so, and speaking of Kenan and Kel, they're still good. There's still great chemistry. They're still real good in this movie. Anyway, so they're replacing Robot Eds, and we see how it's made. It makes like a burger, just appears, And it's weird that they show like the burger just like lasers on there, but later they have actual fry cutters, which is just one on peeled potatoes, or just on a thing. It goes and they're just fry shaped. It's not a stencil. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. I should mention before this, they had like a little party where they say like everyone's getting a raise, and then they find out that they were lied to. I mention this because there's a rapper or a DJ called Lil Gravy, because food pun. But they're showed this whole thing, and then they're kicked out. They're like, hey, we'll give you a ride in one of our automated cars. And I went, no, don't do that. I've seen Total Recall. You don't want that. Nope. You don't want that. Like, no, it's okay. We have our own place, and we have our own vehicle, and we have our own ride. That's what it is. And they show the Burgermobile, and they blow it up, basically. The thing is, it made me roll my eyes with it. It's like, well, that's my whip. Yeah. Nobody calls that anymore. This ain't 1998. Come on, my whip. No. So they get in the automated car, and of course, it tries to kill them. Which, call the cops. But no. So their plan is to run out the Power Rabbit, going around a circle in a park. Eventually it does. And there's a moment that I call where Ed is having this, Dexter is having this whole moment where he apologizes and everything. And I'm like, it's zooming in on him, so it's going to cut to Ed's doing something else. And then he goes, Ed, where'd you go off to now? And he's like running around. Hey, welcome, good bro. I'm going to take your order to a guy and his dog. And that's another trope that just needs to. We need to stop having in comedy where someone is belting their heart out only for joke to come at the end of it. We don't need a punchline with a moment like that, man. So they decide that they're going to sabotage. Yes, I'm calling Victoria. Shut up. Sabotage. Some of the quotes I can quote. Shush. They're going to sabotage Mega Good Burger, which is what they did in the first movie. It's basically the same thing, but anyway, they get the others in on it, including the old crotchety lady who comes in late because she's old. There was a bit that I think is supposed to be funny, but I kind of rolled my eyes, because they're in Ed's house. So like Ed's son, Ed Jr. is like, no, I'm out. I'm going home. He walks out the door, comes back in. Mom, I'm home. No funny. No. Anyway, there's another unfunny joke here where Ed's just like, it's like he's going to give like a big speech where he's like, we can't give up. And he makes weird faces like, as the inspirational music plays behind him and Dexter's going, everybody else is going. He makes a lot of sense. And they start building on stuff that he didn't even say, or quoting stuff he didn't even say. He's like, really? He said all that? All that. Anyway, so they sneak in with Mr. Jensen and the twins pretending to be a news crew, and then you have Dex and his niece, and Ed coming in. Dex and his niece are playing technicians, and then you have Ed as another Ed robot. They get past and get into the security room. The others can't get in. So, but Ed and Dexter get into the security room, but the niece gets stuck in the fry room, which I mentioned, the potato room. Potato room is what it's called. And she gets stuck on the conveyor belt because her shoe wasn't tied, and then her hair gets stuck. You don't need both. Pick one. Is it hair or the shoelace? I've seen Final Destination. The Final Destination. I know what happens when the shoelace gets stuck in a conveyor thing. Oh, sir, that was a escalator. But, you know. Do you know the escalator can never break down? It only becomes stairs. You never see an escalator out of order sign. Just escalator. Temporarily stairs. Quote, Mitch Hedberg. Anyway, give the man credit. Rest in peace. Anyway, so Dexter has to race to rescue his niece, while Ed tries to sabotage the thing. But he starts playing a bunny game, which I think is supposed to be a mockery of Angry Birds, but I don't know. And Dexter, I call him so he's gonna jump in the machine to save her. He grabs a metal tray and jumps in, and the machine kind of hits him. She said, "How do you know that the machine was the tray was gonna protect you from the machine?" I didn't. So he gets off the conveyor belt, but they're captured and they're brought to the control room. I'm like, okay, so Ed's gonna have to save him. Nope, they go right to the control room and Ed's there. Okay. So they have them standing there as the technicians. One of them played by Liza Koshy, former host of Figure It Out, the new Figure It Out. Or no, Double Dare. Excuse me. Host of the new Double Dare. Figure It Out was that. The new Figure It Out, wasn't that dude that was Pick Boy? Fuck Pick Boy. I hate him. I hate him. I'm gonna punch him. Where was I? Right. So, earlier they showed that you can control every Mega Good Burger from the world from that one control room. Yeah, that's not how it works. But anyway, they do. By the way, I'm a dude, we're a dude, you're all dude. In British is I'm a nitwit, you're a nitwit, we're all nitwits. That's not that same thing. It's not. Nitwit and dude are different words. Nitwit is for someone that's stupid. Dude is for every guy, right? Dude. Hey, dude. You know, dude. But, yeah. So, she ordered the Good Burger like she did before, but this time, Ed Bot flings the Good Burger in her face. And then the fries, and then the CGI hoses for the things start flinging out. If this was the original one, it'd be practical. But, you know, sorry, I'm kind of relaxing myself while I'm talking about this movie. I'm on my throne. So you got ketchup and mustard, and when I about holds her up, the other one is like spraying her with stuff. Apparently, Ed had enough gumption, enough brains to hack into the thing and sabotage everything. I didn't even mean to say it that way this time. It just came out and sabotage everything. He had enough brains, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah. Because of this, Mega Good Burger is shut down. Things are starting to explode too, like the original. Mega Good Burger is shut down. And they leave and go to the other Good Burger, which is still up. People are in there now. Like, when did it reopen? I swear they go from Mega Good Burger and walk right over to the regular one. How does that work? I don't know. Anyway, we get one more Ed gag when you walk in and goes, "Excuse me, this doesn't make any sense to me either. Excuse me, I ordered no ice. There's ice in this. All fast food places, you get your own beverage. You didn't want ice? Don't put ice in it. Duh. It makes no sense. Almost every fast food restaurant now is self-serve on the drink. Right? So what? I understand maybe Good Burger is not that way because they always order from the thing, but I don't know. The show would have worked back in 1998, but now it's like every fast food restaurant every fast food place, you can go get your own drink. It's like, I mean, McDonald's and Burger King have been doing that since like the 90s, maybe even longer than that. So this joke just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, he said that, I'm like, well, you can get your own drink. If there's ice in it, because you put it there. I just went to Culver's last night, and I put ice in for my Asian tea. Because I want ice. You know what? Ice, don't put it in. Just it's confused me. I know maybe Good Burger doesn't work that way, but as someone who's like every place I can go to in town, you get it yourself. So it's just confusing for me. So of course we end with, welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, can't take your order. Well, not yet, because we see Ed Jr. driving the new Burger Mobile, and I went, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Of course he crashes into the side of the Good Burger. They just got it back. And then, of course, Dexter says, Ed, because it's his son. This is where we get the cameo from Leslie Jones, by the way, as the sister, and they make up, because it's all about family, as Vin Diesel would say. And then he crashes through, and Dexter goes, hey, don't you have something to say? He goes, there's only one thing left to say. I'm like, no, that doesn't. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, you can't take your order. Then we get the credits to that remixed I'm a Dude song, which I did not care for. Just play the regular song. I was waiting for it. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then they worked in my, no. Nope. No remix, no likey. Nope. No like remix. Nope. Just use the regular song, please. Thank you. Anyway, I thought this was fine. I'm going to give it a very high middle of the road, though. It's nowhere near the first one, which is almost perfection, even with the stain of a certain button upon it. But this was a decent follow-up. They want to make more, apparently. Apparently they want to make more. Yeah. This is a great exclamation point on this, because I've been following this. You remember when it was announced on the Jimmy Fallon show, I did a video very late at night. I came out of the bedroom or wherever I was sleeping at the time and had to do that video at like 1 o'clock in the morning just to announce how happy I was there finally doing it. Came out the same year, and I guess for a movie that was announced, filmed, and released in the same year, it was good enough. It was good enough, yeah. Oh, I forgot about the other cameo. Which, by the way, it's Josh Serber as Fizz. That never happens. So I mentioned the Connie Muldoon cameo. I forgot about the Josh Serber cameo. So Dex goes to talk to Ed in the freezer about an opportunity to make more money. By the way, it's ice that never freezes again, which Ed Jr. does come up with during the credits. Anyway, when they're in the freezer, they're talking, and he finds another door. He goes, what's this? Oh, that's another freezer. The handle broke off. We don't use it anymore. And they open it up, and inside is Fizz. Yes, Josh Serber's character from the first movie. Apparently, he's been frozen for 22 years, which is... So that means that in 2001, he got frozen in 2001, and he's been stuck there. And the whole end of the joke is that, I'm late for softball practice, or whatever it was, and then he runs off. I gotta go talk to my mom. She could be dead for now. She could be dead now for all you know. It's just a little camera, and he never comes back. He was still wearing his Good Burger uniform. I'm like, really? Especially since that's on the back. He never does that. I don't know what that's from. I don't know. It's a publicity photo? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I thought he'd be involved more. Because when they showing up people's in, I'm like, where's Fizz? He's on the back. I know he's in this movie. And they did that. I'm like, really? He's just a cameo? He wasn't a big part of the first film, but he was around, they're showing all these new characters, and I'm like, well, at least Fizz is gonna be there, you know? And no, like I don't. Well, Edge should be good enough, yeah, but I mean, the new All That show that came out still had him as Fizz, you know, popping in and out, but which if that continuity isn't with this, then I don't know, but yeah, like I said, it's a very high middle of the road. So, what are your thoughts on Good Burger 2? In the comments, make sure like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to use this. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.